Hey YouTube, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be dropping the tank on this thing. I've got to fix this fuel leak, and so I'm probably going to have to turn the car around, get some tools out of the truck, get it jacked up, drop the tank, figure out where it's leaking from. I've got a new O-ring seal for it, and so yeah, I'm going to get some tools out. It's starting to rain, but it's supposed to be off and on. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing turned around, get some tools out, and I'll give you guys another update. All right, you guys, so got the tank dropped out of the new 06. And so yeah, so this little piece here, where's that other one? Yeah. So this thing was leaking. It was in here. It had fuel underneath it here. It was definitely leaking out of that O-ring, and it moved back and forth. So luckily I happen to have an old stock half of a pump assembly, so I popped the old one out, and then come to find out the plug that plugs in was completely broke off in this clip. So this is the one off of the 07, and I also swapped this feed line. This is the one that came off the car, just because I don't know what was leaking up here. I mean, it could have been any of these. All these clips were broken. So what I did was I just put zip ties in them. So now they grab onto that lip right there, and it won't let the line come off. So I've got those zip tied. The clips on this side are good. So they'll go onto the lines on the car, and they should be fine. So yeah, now I can go ahead and start getting this tank put back in. I've got one more line somewhere. There it is. This one. And so there should be, oh no, plastic clip's gone. It might still be up here on the car, because this was the line off the 07. Actually, it looks like it's cracked right there. Alright, so I won't use that one. I'll use the one that's still on the car. It still has that little fitting on it. So it should click right in, hopefully. No more leaks, I hope. Man, I hope. If there's still more leaks, I don't know, I guess I'm going to have to just buy another pump assembly, and I'll just use that other tank, because I know it doesn't leak. And then, yeah, the guy that I got it from, they also didn't put the clamp back on the fill neck hose. So it could have been leaking out of here. It looks like it might have leaked a little bit out of there, but most of it, it was all wet up here. So I think most of it was up here. It could have even been their feed line could have backed off, and it could have just been spraying fuel all over the place. I don't know for sure, because I mean, as you could tell, there's fuel all over the front, all over the sides, running down the sides, running down the back. Like, there was fuel leaking everywhere. Even after I pulled up and parked, it leaked a whole puddle over there. So, but I'm pretty sure we should be good. I changed the O-ring in there, changed this top piece, changed this harness, changed the lines. So I even changed this little breather sensor and the little O-ring for that. So hopefully this thing don't leak anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing put back in here, and I'll give you all another update. Alright, you guys, so the car is back on the ground. It started raining, so I wasn't recording. Plus my phone was on the charger. But tank is back in, straps are on. The previous owner never put the heat shield back on, so I'm going to have to find me a heat shield and put on it. But I've got all the lines are hooked back up. Everything's plugged back in. And all the lines that the clips broke, I put zip ties on, so we don't have any lines coming off. And I mean, the car fired right up, like right up too. The pump even sounded better than it did before. So hopefully the that evap code stops getting thrown, and that check gas cap code. But the car fired right up, seems to run real good. So I'm gonna take it up. After I pick up all the tools, I'm going to take it up to the gas station and fill it up, completely top it off. And for one, see how many gallons it takes, so I know exactly how many gallons the tank is. Because I still don't know, after owning like 5 of these Grand Prix, I still don't know how many gallons the tank is. So from damn near completely empty, there's barely anything in there. So from barely barely empty to completely full topped off, we're going to see how much gas this thing holds. So y'all stay tuned. I'm going to get all these tools picked up, and I'll give you guys another update when I make it up to the gas station. Alright, you guys, so I just filled it up. Oh, yellow light, red light. Yeah, it took 17.2 gallons. It was $57. And I didn't see anything leaking, so I kind of drove it a little hard, letting it splosh around, just see if there's any leaks when I get back to the house. There we go. Not bad. Definitely running a much better now that I did all 6 spark plugs, and I put those cheap what are they, Blue Streak or whatever coil packs that came on it. I put those back on it because it had a cylinder 6 misfire yesterday. And so whenever it says a specific cylinder, it's always either the spark plug or the coil. And the spark plug, I mean, it had definitely been changed. It was one of those cheaper AC Delco, non-iridium, like a copper plug. So I just put the Autolite 103s in it. They're also a copper plug, but they were pretty new. And so yeah, I put those in there, and man, I mean, it instantly ran better, but the tank was still leaking. So here, I'm gonna leave it running. Let's go take a look. Yeah, and then here's the receipt. So it's 17.2 gallons, $3.29 a gallon is $57. So yeah, let's go take a look under the car and see if we have any leaks. I'm not seeing anything leaking. Look at the back side where the fill neck is. Oh yeah, no, it's dry. Heck yeah. Awesome. Everything's dry. No leaks. Still don't have running lights. I still don't know why. Car's running much better now. Yeah, so the car randomly, the headlights just quit working. So I have no headlights. All I have is fogs. But I bought a brand new set of fog lights, put brand new fog lights on. So it has brand new headlight lenses, brand new fog light lenses, and the fog lights actually work. I do have another stock just in case it ends up being the blinker switch stock, but this one looks like it's been replaced already. It looks damn near brand new. So I'm thinking the issue, there's a fuse box over here, but you have to take all this out, unbolt all this, and the fuse box is behind this. So I haven't really messed with it, but I'm gonna have to here pretty soon, because it pops up a message and says service park lamps, and so that's definitely what it is. It's park. It's nice getting out of this and not smelling gas. Holy shit. But yeah, I mean, other than that, the car's doing really good. I mean, you can see, like, those are the brights, but it's also just the one set of bulbs. Normally when you hit the brights, it's both. But yeah, car's doing really well. And then even after sitting for a while, it still just fires right back up. Like, I'll let it sit for a few minutes and she'll just, bam, pop off. So like before, I would turn it off and then all the gas would drain out. And so now it's actually...
And the reverse lights work good.
Oh, the reverse lights work? Yeah, see? Service park lamps. Yeah, it fires right back up. Like, car's doing really well. So I'm happy with it. But yeah, I'm over at David's house now, so I'm gonna hang out for a little bit and give you guys another update once I make it home. Alright, you guys, so made it home. Car's doing really good. If it wasn't for these damn running lights, the park lamps, then I think it would be okay. But we'll get that sorted out. Hey YouTube. Alright, so today is Thursday. It's almost 7 a.m. Here's the new 06. So got the tank done on Monday after work. Y'all seen that in the last clip. Car's been running and driving great. It's just been raining, so haven't been able to really do anything else. Yesterday, the inner tie rod boots came in, along with the coil packs for the Grand Am. I'm still waiting on the ICM for the Grand Am, but for this thing, I got the new fog lights came in, so it's got new headlights, new fog lights. I'm still waiting on the sway bar links to come in so I can swap the sway bar. And then I also, the car needs struts, and so I found a guy on Facebook Marketplace in Tulsa that's selling a set of 4 struts, brand new TRQs for $200. So I'm gonna go pick those up today. So it's got brand new struts, brand new, all the suspension will be new, a brand new sway bar links, control arms, like everything's gonna be brand new. And then after I get everything swapped, I'll go get an alignment, and then the car will pretty much be done except for needing cleaned out and everything again. And then so what I did on the fog lights is I robbed them off of the 07. I ordered a brand new set. They came in yesterday. So I've got the brand new set in the 07. And then I've also got a bunch of brand new suspension stuff for this thing. And wheel bearings and all that. I need to get that done too. But trying to focus on this car right now and get it done. So that way my mom can have her good reliable car. Because this thing's about to break down. But yeah, I just wanted to give y'all an update. It's been a couple days, so I got some parts in, waiting on a couple more things to come in, and then should be able to get everything swapped around and get this car done for my mom. So y'all stay tuned. I'll give you guys another update when it's not raining. Hey YouTube. Okay, so today's Thursday. It's been raining all freaking day. It's been raining all week. But so today, well, yesterday I was looking on Facebook, and this guy had 4 brand spanking new TRQ struts for a Grand Prix for $200. And I was looking online on eBay and shit, and they were 400, you know, 380 to 400. Some of them were even over 400 for all 4. I got all 4 for $200, brand new in their boxes. So I'm about to get these popped out. Also yesterday, the new inner tie rod boots came in. They are in the back seat here. So I've got both the new inner tie rod boots, and then the new sway bar links are supposed to be here today. And I have a new sway bar from the salvage yard. It's not new, but it is the correct style, and there's no rust on it anywhere, and it has good bushings. So we're gonna get this swapped out, get these inner tie rods with the new boots on, and get these 4 struts on. And then yeah, yeah, hopefully that'll be everything that this car needs. And then I know both the front wheel bearings are good, so when I jack up the rear, I want to check and make sure all the rear wheel bearings are good, because this driver rear is kind of cambered in, but all the other wheels are straight up and down. Even on this side, the rear is straight up and down. So definitely gonna have to figure out what's going on with this driver rear side, whether it's a bad wheel bearing or if it's from the strut or those control arms. But either way, we're gonna get this thing fixed up today, and then once I get all the last of this suspension stuff on here, we can go get an alignment, and this thing should be good to go for my mom. So I'm gonna quit rambling on, because it's been raining all week, and it's been raining all day today, off and on, and we've got kind of a break right now. So I'm gonna grab some tools out of the back of the Trailblazer and get this thing jacked up and on some jack stands, and get all these wheels off, and get some struts swapped around, and get the rest of this suspension stuff done. So y'all stay tuned, and I'll give you guys another update. All right, you guys, so I got the struts opened up. Here's the front in the packaging. Here's the rears. Nice, brand spanking new. So then I've got the other rear over here, and they're even labeled. Left rear, right rear. The front ones aren't labeled, so I guess they're just either or, but I'm excited. And then here we go. I've got the rear trailing arms, the new sway bar, inner tie rods with the new boots. And yeah, so only other thing that I'm waiting on is the new sway bar links, and those should be here anytime. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this jack out, get this thing up on jack stands, and give y'all another update. All right, you guys, so I've got the passenger rear up. I've got the sway bar link disconnected, got the rear caliper off, got the nuts off of the inside of the trunk. So you gotta pop the trunk, pull this carpet back, and they sit right there. And then it had this little cap thing in the middle, so that's gotta go back on. But old one is out, new one's about to go back in. I'm gonna use the brand new nuts that came with it, all zinc coated, or zinc plated, I mean. And yeah, so I'm about to get this thing back in here, and then I'll go do the driver's side rear, and then I'll give you guys another update once I'm moving on to the front. All right, you guys, so I got this side all put together, and look, that rear sway bar link is bad and making noise, and it looks like it might be rusted over here or something. It moves quite a bit. Maybe it's just these bushings are bad or something. Wouldn't surprise me. But struts in, everything's back together. I'm gonna bolt the wheel on and go work on the other side. So y'all stay tuned. All right, you guys, so I've got this other side, got the wheel off. I've been working over here for like a good 30-45 minutes, just trying to get this strut out, because this bolt right here is seized inside of the knuckle because it's steel to aluminum. I've tried heating it, I've beat the shit out of it, tried prying it out with the pry bar, beating the pry bar in there, and I mean, it's separated right here, because if when this pry bar isn't in there, the whole thing moves. I don't know what that was, but yeah, this whole knuckle rocks, and the bolt rocks with the knuckle. So I don't know. David just went over to his house. He said he has a little mini sledge that's a little bit bigger than my little mini sledge. There it is. So he went to try to go find a bigger hammer. So I went ahead and threw this on the stands and let the jack down. I'm about to just jack up the front and go start working on the front. And I don't know, I'll give you guys another update, so y'all stay tuned. All right, you guys, so David brought over his big ass hammer. It's right there. It's quite a bit bigger than mine, but yeah, this thing's just not budging right now. And with the longer hammer, I keep hitting this fucking the brake caliper bracket. So I took the slider pin out. I was still hitting it. So David's loosening the 3 nuts from inside the trunk area. We're gonna drop this down and swivel it out, and then hopefully I'll be able to get a little bit of leverage on that, a little bit of swing room to knock that bolt out of there. And hopefully it's not too bad. And I mean, if the bolt gets completely fucked up, I'll go pull one off the parts car. But while he's pulling those nuts off, I went ahead and I already got this front one swapped around. So this driver front strut is now swapped and on there and tight. Still need to do the sway bar. So I just left the wheel off because I'm going to have to get both of those 213s out of that cap. And then there's 2 on the other side. And I'm also going to have to remove this inner tie rod, which I need to do anyways to change both of the inner tie rods and put the new boots on. So, but yeah, so I went ahead and came over to this side. And I got this side, got the wheel off. And so now I just got to break these 2 bolts, these 2 nuts free, knock the bolts out, get the 3 up top, and struts out. I've already got the sway bar links off, so I can go ahead and just remove this whole sway bar. And then I'm just gonna throw that one right back in. Got the new links on the trunk of the 07, which actually sent me the wrong ones. I did get them delivered today, but these are not the ones I ordered. I ordered the ones, they're made in USA, and they have the red poly never tear bushings, exactly like the ones that are on the 07. And I got these. And these are just like some China bullshit. They don't say made in USA anywhere on them. But I need them, so I've already messaged the seller, told him this was bullshit. So hopefully they send me the right shit, and then I'll just pop these back off and put the right ones on when they get here, and they can have that junk back. But I just want to give y'all an update, let y'all know I'm working on this passenger front, and gonna get this strut swapped around, and then try to get that bolt out of that driver rear side over there that David's working on. And then we'll get these tie rods done with the new boots. And then after that, it's pretty much just going to be getting alignment. And that should be everything on this thing. So y'all stay tuned and I'll give you guys another update. Alright y'all, so I just got this passenger front side strut in. Now it's tightening down the bolts. And the whole fucking washer that's built into the nut just broke. What in the fuck? So I've got to pull that nut back off, find another washer, and then put it back together. And I did put anti-seize on them. So I've done the driver front and we did the passenger rear. So once we get that driver rear bolt out, then I'm probably just going to grab another bolt off the parts car to put it back together, and we will definitely anti-seize everything. So just want to give y'all an update. So I'm going to pull this bottom nut back off, find me another washer, get that on there, and then try to help David get this rear one off so I can get that rear strut swapped out, and then hopefully that'll be everything. So y'all stay tuned. I'll give y'all another update. Alright you guys, well we finally got it off, thanks to David's thinking. I really didn't want to take all these lower control arm and shit apart off of the knuckle, but that was really the only way. And I need to change these trailing arms anyway. Look how that thing moves way back and forth.
Look how clean this bolt is.
Yeah.
That other one just had like a little bit of rust right at the very, very top.
But yeah, we took the whole knuckle off. Was able to pop it sideways. Took David 5 hits and that bolt was out. And it was just stuck right around in there. You can see all that corrosion build up right there.
It's gonna get some jet lube.
So, and then I just so happened I had another strut bolt just chilling up there on the table. So I'm gonna put this strut bolt back in. Yeah. Oh, that's a little bit shorter. Yeah. Oh, I just don't have the very end.
Have the hitty part.
That's okay. It'll work. So, and then I still have to find another big ass washer for this nut that the washer snapped off of. It's crazy. Look, it's got its own little...
Oh, it like keeps it.
But yeah, we got to find another washer for that, for this front one. And yeah, then I got to do the sway bar and the inner tie rods. So that's going to be a whole thing, but it's only like 4:45, so should have plenty of time. It stopped raining. It's actually been pretty good for the last couple hours, so but now it's reassembly. Got to put the knuckle back on, get all that tightened down, then put the new strut on.
Oh, we'll hang the strut and then bolt the knuckle to the strut, and then all the control arms will just...
Oh yeah, in there.
On this side.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and get the strut put in, and then I guess bolt the knuckle to the strut, and that'll hold it up. Good idea, David. Yeah, and then I'll go ahead and just undo those 2 or 3 bolts. I think there's 2 bolts that hold that trailing arm bracket in. And then once I drop that bracket, it's just a nut and bolt that hold. It goes through the trailing arm. So I'll go to swap that rear trailing arm. I need to do the other side also. But, yeah, making progress. So we're going to keep working and I'll give you another update. You guys, so both the rears are back together, wheels are bolted back on. So now I'm moving on up here to the front. I've got to get this sway bar out of here. So I've got a 13 here and a 13 up here under all this mud and grease and shit. So I got to get those unbolted. I'm going to reuse those bolts for this one because I didn't grab the bolts from the salvage. And I'll just have to snake this one back through. And yeah, we'll get this thing put back together with this other sway bar and then get these new end links on. Even though they sent me the wrong shit, they sent me a message back that said they would give me $8.30 partial refund. Because they said, oh, it says in the description that the item may differ from the picture. And I'm like, man, that's bullshit. Like, you're showing a picture of the better stuff, selling the same cheap shit everyone else is selling for double the price. You're scamming people. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and use them because that's all I have. I needed that's the whole point of doing all this today, was because these were being delivered today. So I figured I would just start getting everything done when I got home, and when they got here I could just throw it in. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. But yeah, that's definitely not what I ordered. So, but I'm going to go ahead and get these 13s undone off of both sides. And then that way I can go ahead and get this old sway bar out of here and get this new replacement one in. And I'll give you guys another update. Alright, you guys. So I've got the sway bar bracket unbolted on this side. And I'm working on getting the inner tie rod off. David's working on the other side. I'm about to go help him out. So
you need like a cheater bar. Like a jack handle or something.
Yeah, it's sitting over here.
Okay.
Here you go. Press the button.
Because like the ratchet will only move like a little bit and then it hits that bushing. And it won't, then it's like no more.
But yeah, he's working on that side, so I'm about to grab my inner tie rod tool here and get that set up on here and get this bent ass inner tie rod off this passenger side, and then go ahead and get the new one bolted on. Get the I got to get all that old inner boot off. It just came off in half. So see, that's why I wanted new ones. Just so we don't have any problems with this thing. Everything will be nice.
I got it to turn.
Hell yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get this tool out and get this busted up bent inner one off. And then I'll give you guys another update. Alright, you guys. So I've got the old bent inner tie rod off. And I've got the new inner tie rod that is nice and straight installed. So I've put the little keeper on. Now I've just got to put the boot on and then the clamp for the boot, and then I can go ahead and thread the lock bolt back on, or lock nut, whatever. And then once I get all that on, I can rethread on the outer tie rod and sit it back in here, and then I can move to the other side. And then once I have both of them done, and swapped out, then I can kind of set the alignment. Also, I think David, yeah, he got the sway bar bolts out, so now I can pull that sway bar out the driver's side, and then finagle this big beefier one back in through here, and start getting those tightened back down. And then that will take care of the sway bar. Then I can get the links on to the lower control arms, and sway bar will be done. So I'm going to finish getting this inner tie rod, get the boot and everything on, get the outer on, and then start swapping out this sway bar, and then I'll give you guys another update. Alright, y'all, so got that piece of shit sway bar out, got the big ass beefy one in. I just got to tighten down the links on both sides, but they're in. Couldn't get the inner, I couldn't get that bolt to unthread because it was right in the bend, and so I just cut it off with the Sawzall, and it's somewhere. I don't even know where it went, but it's out of my way. So now I've got to get this inner boot removed. This side, it's not busted anywhere. It ain't leaking, and it ain't just coming right off. Oh yeah,
it's bendy.
But yeah, the inner boot isn't busted, but I got brand new ones, so brand new one's going on. So I gotta get this old piece of shit out of here. And yeah, so I gotta cut this boot, get it the fuck off, get this inner off so I can get the other inner on, and then put the new boot on and all that. And then I still gotta pop the clamp for this boot and for the other side. And on the other side, it just has like that much left of the old boot where that clamp is. So once I get that clamp off, I can just cut the rest of the old boot off, get it out of the way, slide the new boot on, throw a fucking metal zip tie or a plastic zip tie, whatever. I don't even give a fuck anymore. But yeah, I just got to get some shit on this thing, so I'll be done with this shit, because I'm so fucking dirty. And I'm just fighting this shit, and it's been raining off and on and off and on, and then it got sunny, and now it's fucking getting dark. Like, literally sunny for 30 fucking minutes.
Now clouds are rolling back in. We had like clear blue skies, and now they're back.
Yeah, but it's also almost 8, so it's supposed to get dark right now.
Well, I mean, clouds are there.
Alright. But yeah, so gotta finish getting this fucking old inner tie rod off so I can get this other one on with this new boot. And get this all put back together. Then I'll kind of do an eyeball alignment again. And then, yeah, here the next couple days, I'll have to go take it up and actually get an alignment done on it. And then we should be good to go. So I'm going to keep working on this inner. Try to get this shit done tonight, because I have to work tomorrow. And I was planning on driving this. I just filled it up with gas today. So, yeah, totally going to keep working on this. And I'll give you all another update. Alright, you guys. So it is like 8:10, something like that. And so I've got the old inner tie rod off. It's over there next to that rear trailing arm. I got the old boot off. Got the clamp undone on the side. So got the new boot on there. I just got to put the zip tie holding the boot to the rack. Hopefully it don't pop off, because every time I do inner tie rod boots and zip tie them, and they always pop off. And then over here on this side, from underneath, I was able to get the inner piece popped off. Yeah, you can see that's the clamp for that old inner tie rod boot. So I just need to cut it, get it popped off the rack. And then once I cut it, then it should just fall off the bottom, and then I can just pop this new one on, zip tie it. It's already clamped out here, ready to go. And it actually looks like the wheels are pretty straight with them on there. I mean, this one's not yet, but that side looks pretty damn straight, and the steering wheel was pretty straight. Yeah. So far, everything's going really well. It's just been being a pain in the ass doing these fucking inner tie rod boots. I should have done all this before I put the new sway bar back in, but I wasn't thinking about it. But we're getting there. It's coming along. So I'm gonna keep working on these inner tie rod boots, and then get this outer tie rod back on to this new inner tie rod. kind of get everything eyeball aligned, kind of straight, and then we'll go for a test drive once she's all together, back on the ground, wheels bolted on. So I'm gonna keep working on it, and I'll give you guys another update. All right, y'all. So it is 8:40. I've got this side all back together. Inner tie rod is pretty adjusted. It looks pretty straight to me. I've got the sway bar link tightened down. The new boot's on. It's on the rack. So everything on this side is done. I just got to bolt the wheel on and then do another eyeball alignment with it. And then this side, same thing. It's all back together. I just still have to cut off the piece of the old boot. I got the clamp off right there. Here, let me see, let me get you in closer. Yeah, see, I've got the clamp off of it back there. There's just still a little bit of boot left I've got to get off. So I'm gonna have to get a razor blade, cut that little bit of old boot off, get that out of there, slide that new boot on. I've already got my clamp on. I need to put the clamp on the other side. And then I left this side loose because I want to bolt the wheel on and just adjust it. It looks pretty damn good where it's at, but I want to bolt the wheels on and just kind of do a nice eyeball alignment. And then we'll get her on the ground after I get these inner tie rod boots on. And I got to get that little worm drive clamp on the end of the boot right there. But other than that, both sides sway bars on. Was a little bit of a pain in the ass with these brake lines and shit in the way, and I did have to pull the subframe bolt out, lower it down a little bit to get to that. But other than that, it was pretty smooth. So yeah, finally got that shit in there. I just got to get the clamps on the inner side of the boot to the rack, and this little worm drive clamp on that outer boot, and then this side is done pretty much, and then eyeball align. But other than that, everything is on, everything's tight, rear's tight, both the back wheels are bolted back on. We got everything back together in the rear. So it's been like a good 5 or 6 hours out here working on this thing. But this finally has all new suspension on it, except for the rear control arms, just because you have to drop the rear end out. And then the rear trailing arms, I ended up not swapping them because one of them was bent, and the other one, I mean, it's decent. It's what was on the 07, but I did have an issue. That's why I bought the BMR. So I just decided, fuck it. It hasn't been like swaying or nothing. All the bushings still look to be in pretty decent condition. So we got her back together. Everything should be good to go. So rear's together. Yeah, and then David's over here pulling the glove box out because we've got to get to the back side of this plug here because it's got a relay in there, and that is for the park lamps. So yeah, he's doing me a solid pulling this. I
need a shorty.
The shorty.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, they're back here.
Yeah, he's doing me a solid pulling that apart, trying to replace that relay so we can see if the park lamps work. And that's the only thing I haven't tried yet. Oh, the fuse is good, but the relay's on the back side. So, but yeah, I'm gonna keep working on this thing, try to get these inner tie rod boots done and get everything eyeball aligned, and we'll take it for a test drive. And I don't know, I might take it this weekend to go get an alignment. There's a shop. I had them do the alignment on the 07, charged $50, and it only took, I mean, I had to wait like 45 minutes to an hour, but for $50, can't really complain. So yeah, I'll probably end up taking it over there, getting a cheap, quick alignment, and she should be good to go. Go wash it out, vacuum it, spray some air freshener and stuff, try to, maybe some Febreze. I actually thought about going to the salvage and pulling a carpet, like just the whole carpet, and just pulling the seats out, replacing the carpet, cleaning the seats real good, putting the seats back in, and then giving it to my mom. So that might be one other thing that I go do, but for now I'm gonna focus on getting these inner tie rod boots all done, and I'll give you guys another update. Looky here, guys. So there was just no relay in there. Popped the relay in, we got tail lights. So now shouldn't have any messages at all, any warnings, shit. So hell yeah, everything's going really good. So hell yeah, thank you, David, for pulling all that shit apart.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so I still just gotta get these zip ties on these inner boots. I've got this eyeball alignment looking pretty decent over here. Looks pretty straight. Steering wheel straight. So, and then over here on this side, I've got the wheel on. I need to, it's like turned a little bit. I just need to adjust it. So I've got my wrenches right there so I can adjust it. And
here's those little blend door motors.
ooh, the blend doors.
You see them?
No. It's all good.
Here, I'll put it in the video.
But yeah, all right. So I'm gonna get this tie rod over here adjusted, kind of straighten this out a little bit. That's my eyeball alignment. Then once it looks good to me, then hopefully the steering wheel stays straight when I go test drive it. And oh, what?
This one wasn't pushed
the
down
blend
all
door?
the way. Yeah, the plug wasn't plugged in all the way.
Heck yeah. Well, maybe that will fix the switch into heat. Heck yeah. So, well, I guess we'll just have to see how everything works. I guess there's some plugs not plugged in, and there's been quite a few hacks with this thing. So hopefully we get everything fixed and sorted out, and everything works perfectly for my mom. So far I'm really happy with it. It runs and drives great. It does need a little bit of a bath under the hood, but it's all right. It's gonna be a good car for her. It runs and drives great. It's got all new suspension on it now, new tires, new brakes. This thing's gonna be a good car. So I'm gonna get this stuff finished up, and I'll give you all another update. All right, you guys, it's 10 o'clock. So I just got the boots on this side done. They're all on and zip tied, and I got this one done first. So as you can see, zip tie on the outer, zip tie on the inner. I haven't cut it off yet. So, and then there's like a little breather tube that goes into the boots. I got it in on both sides. Hopefully it stays in. Like I said, they're not perfect like the factory ones. So, yeah, I guess these are more of like a universal boot. But, I mean, they do fit on there. Everything seems to be good so far. So, I'm going to go ahead and get this other wheel bolted on and get this thing on the ground off of jack stands. I need to pick up all the tools and get my specialty tools back in their cases, and just kind of get everything organized and picked up, and start getting everything put back into the Trailblazer. But I got to get this thing off of jack stands first. So I'm going to get this wheel bolted on, get it off all 4 jack stands, and get it on the ground, and I'll give you guys another update. Alright, you guys, so the car is back on the ground, off of all 4 jack stands. We just started it up, and fog lights work, headlights work, tail lights work. There's no lights on. The only thing it said was the washer fluid is low. But I mean, look, even now, like, that wheel's still a little bit caved in, like cambered in. So I'm thinking it's probably going to need like some rear control arms and shit in its near future, because the wheel bearing was fine. It didn't have any play in it at all. But everything's tight. Wheels are torqued down. So I'm going to start getting all the tools and the jack and everything put back in the Trailblazer, and I'm going to go drive this thing, and we'll see how good this eyeball alignment is. It looks pretty straight, so I guess we'll find out whenever I go drive it. But yeah, y'all stay tuned. I'll give y'all another update.
Good too.
Alright, you guys, so here's all the old shit, except for the rear trailing arms. But yeah, there's the old brake pads, which actually are still pretty decent. And then the old sway bar. Those are the brand new sway bar links I just put on it like a week ago. Both of the old bent up inner tie rods. The other one's over there. I cut it with the Sawzall. The old worn out bushings that Steve kept telling me to replace. Look at those inners, just destroyed. And yeah, there's all the old struts. So got everything swapped out. Car is sitting a little high right now, but it says it right on there on the tag. After installation, vehicle ride may appear high. Allow coil springs to settle. So I'll go drive it around. I'm going to drive it to work tomorrow. Go get an alignment. To make sure everything's good to go. I got to fill it up with washer fluid because it keeps showing that it's low. So I'm going to fill that up. I broke the cap on accident, so I'm going to have to get another cap. But other than that, the car runs and drives great. So yeah, I'm going to finish picking up these tools and then probably go up to Quick Trip and just drive it around, make sure everything seems good. And then probably call it a night. So y'all stay tuned. I'll give y'all another update. Alright y'all, well, I'm cruising, doing 40. And car's driving great. Steering wheel's straight. Like, it rides good over bumps and everything. There's no weird noises. Like, everything's just working nice. I double checked and made sure the tag light's working. Like, everything's working like it's supposed to. There's no lights at all except for the airbag light, which I don't know what the deal is with that, but I'm guessing it's been wrecked before and they never got a different module. I don't know. But overall, I'm really happy with the car. So I'm almost back over to the house. So I guess I'll give you guys another update once I make it home. Hey YouTube, welcome back. So it's Friday and just got home from work. It's just after 4 o'clock. And the car runs and drives great. The steering wheel stays pretty straight. But it does pull to the left just a little bit while I'm cruising down the highway. And it's got a little bit of play in the steering wheel. So I'm not sure if that's from those used inner tie rods. I mean, they felt good, like there was nothing wrong with them when I pulled them off of the 07 off the old rack. It was just the rack was bad. So yeah, no, they're definitely, the inner tie rods are definitely better than what was on there because they're not bent. And but yeah, I tried to go over and get an alignment today, but they just don't have, like, they close in less than an hour and they were packed. So I'm just going to have to wait till sometime over the weekend or next week to go get the alignment done on it. But other than that, I mean, the car runs and drives, it stops, everything works and does what it's supposed to. But for whatever reason, the headlights will just randomly just stop working. So I don't know if that's something with the relay in the fuse box under the hood or what. But definitely got to figure that shit out because, yeah, I don't want my mom driving around and the headlights just randomly stop working. But other than that, the car's doing everything it's supposed to do. So I'm happy with it for now until I can go get the alignment. That's just going to have to be as good as it gets. So, but yeah, not bad for $1,200 all in for the car, running and driving with all new suspension except for the inner tie rods. 2 new tires, new brakes, new master, new battery, new starter. Like, I don't know. I put a lot into it, but I had a lot of it already, and I've got a few deals on like the struts. They were half off, still brand new, but I found them for half off what they go for online, so that saved me a little bit of money. But yeah, I'm really happy with the car. So that's probably going to be it for this video, though. Like, I know it's probably going to be a pretty long video, probably close to an hour long. So, sorry about that, you guys. But everything is now done on the car except for the alignment. So, that's going to be it for this video. So, leave me a comment down below. Leave me a like on the video. And hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the future videos. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.